I'm gonna be checking the viewers if anyone, once in a while, some people will come in and view it. So, so people who don't know, I think most people who are watching this do know that the trailer of Godzilla what is it, Residence, right? Resurgence.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a weird name. So the
Resurgence.
definition, the definition of that word is basically a revise, like a revive product or revive something. Technically,
Uh-huh.
it's a
Uh-huh.
revive something. So
Uh-huh.
I think that's probably why they named it that type of title.
Yeah.
So with the trailer, I'm going to say the good things and I'm going to say the bad things
All right, cool.
because I have to view it as a general audience. I can't view it just as a Godzilla fan. I got to view it as a general audience type of thing.
Hmm.
So when I watched it, I freaked out. I was like, because this is great when you're part of the Godzilla groups around Facebook, right?
Hmm.
And they
Hmm.
post, they spam it, and you might find out something you don't know. And I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm like, is this a new trailer? It's in Japanese, and I
Hmm.
understand this movie it's their movie, and I understand why it's gonna be in Japanese anyway. So you know what I
Hmm.
mean.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this. I'm like, this must. I was like, I'm not gonna click on this yet. I'm gonna do a reaction to this, and it's real, and to be authentic. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do a real reaction. I'm not gonna do it. Rob wasn't able to do it. He couldn't wait. He was at work. I saw the video, man. He was at work. I was like, bro. I was like, no, I want him to do a reaction, and he couldn't. He was at work, and
Yeah.
he had other
Uh-huh.
thing. Rob had other things to do. ETN
Yeah.
had other things to do, right?
Hmm.
And I felt bad. I felt bad. So the trailer, as in I'm gonna go pieces by pieces of the trailer. Um, so what happened is, I was so freaking shocked. Like I don't even know if they're gonna show him. Like I'm like, because the first one they didn't show him at all. It was a teaser.
Hmm.
Like I think it was just a roar, right? It was just a
Right.
roar they
That's
teased,
it.
which I understood. I understood, the I also gotta check the comment section as well. I need to
Yeah.
definitely do that as well. But it's been a while since I did live streams. But
Yeah.
when they showed him for the first time, I'm like, what the freak? Like I was like, dude, that's freaking
Yeah, that
awesome.
opening
Like
shot. I
the
love that.
opening shot of him, like I felt like he was in pain,
Hmm.
or it was like a roar, or he's in pain and doing a roar, kind of like they
Hmm.
did in Godzilla 2014, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just watching. And I was impressed with the design. I was like, dude, this dude, he looks like one of the, you know, top, one of the biggest designs as a face. Like he's terrifying. Like he's a
Yeah.
terrifying foe. Like this
Yeah.
dude looks like the original Godzilla, but
Yeah.
more modern, type of, like his face, his teeth, his eyes. Like a lot of people were, complaining, oh, his eyes are too small, his arms are too small, his tail is too long. I'm like, you sound like my mother sometimes. Like, you can't have your hair that long. Like, like, what am I? You know what I mean?
Right. I
But
mean,
it was fine.
yeah. I,
I
I,
was
I
fine
tell
with
you,
it.
it's great to see Godzilla back.
It is.
Godzilla's back. The look is different.
Yeah.
And, it's a different spin on the film. We get that it's a darker message here, or, that we have something going on like that.
Yeah.
And it was great to see the military again, ready to blast them away. And I really thought that shot where the cannon fire and the rockets were just pounding on him,
Yeah.
just, didn't flinch, didn't didn't affect him at all.
Yeah, man.
So I really hope, listen, I really hope this film has a limited release for the big cities, even if it's a week or a few days,
Yeah.
um, because I'm there. I mean, when I thought about it, someone said, I read some comments and it said, "Oh, Godzilla is back," and that's the truth. He's back on
Yeah.
the big
The
screen.
guy just commented right now. Another guy, I think, on my other video.
Yeah,
It was Zilla. It was Zilla, I believe, and he just commented right now, and he's like, he's back, baby. I'm like,
Yeah, which is exciting. That's really
it is,
exciting, especially for
I
Godzilla
know.
fans, for hardcore Godzilla fans. And if anyone doesn't know, I actually met you on your Godzilla,
Like
your
other Godzilla
Godzilla
channel, yeah, man.
trailer
It was only
teaser.
Godzilla. It was only Godzilla stuff
That
too. It
was in
wasn't.
2013. It was in 2013.
Yeah.
And I think I think it was the Comic-Con trailer that Gareth probably released. Was that it?
The first video,
I think it was in
I think
2013.
it was the Comic-Con.
Right. It was the Comic-Con where there's the
Yeah.
smoke
Yeah, the Comic-Con
and
trailer.
yeah.
And everything got leaked, and then I told people I was gonna send it to them. I sent it to a bunch of
Yes,
people.
yes, and that's how you met Rob. Now, believe it or not, I had, stumbled onto Chris's Goji
Yeah,
fans rant back in July of
yeah,
2013 because, I was pretty excited to see, what was happening, Godzilla's coming back. And
yeah.
then when it was released, I was just on YouTube and I searched Godzilla and your video popped up right at the top. I remember that
That's
vividly.
pretty
Your
funny.
video,
That's pretty
your
funny.
video popped up
Yeah,
right there. And then I think that day or the next day after is when I saw Rob. See, I remember seeing Rob, ETN Rob, around that
yep,
same
yeah,
time,
yep.
but I saw yours first,
Hmm.
basically. And then you told me about your friend Rob, and I said, "Oh yeah, I think I saw him." But
Oh
everyone was
yeah,
going
and
crazy. We
I
were
did introduce you.
all
Yeah,
going. All the Godzilla community was just going wild and like, "Oh my gosh!"
that was like with
So
the three Musketeers right there. It was Goji
yes,
fan, me, and him. Like that was like
yeah,
the
there
three
was
Musketeers.
Ag was there, Jacob.
Yeah, man, yeah,
So, but I remember that's how I ran into your video because I just
yeah,
Googled, Godzilla.
yeah,
And boom, over the last 24 hours or today or whatever it is, the search filter, and
yeah,
there's your video popped up right there. And so that's how I ran into you. But I had just met or I had just chatted with Chris just a few months earlier because he did that famous rant video, and that's when his numbers spiked. He had, I think,
yeah,
at
man.
that time like 300 fans, and
Yeah,
then it jumped like to 1,000 in 2 days or something. So,
yeah, and it's funny because the trailer was, the good thing about it was, we saw him. It
yes.
wasn't, it
Exactly.
wasn't, it wasn't just one shot like the Comic-Con 2014 trailer. We actually saw him,
Right. We
and
saw him.
and
I tell you.
we saw him all in his glory. We saw him his back. We saw his spikes. We saw his face, his emotion, his the greatness. What makes him great. And I think a lot of people didn't care about. No one wanted to see like the story maybe or the dialogue, and I think that might be my negative of this trailer is that
Mm.
the
Hey Josh,
music. Gotcha.
Josh,
Yeah.
can you take him out and then just keep it down because we're going to bed?
Mm-hmm. And then
Take him out now, please.
I know. And
What?
then and then freaking
You
I
can
was
always edit that. Is that your doggy? You have to walk the dog?
soon.
It's responsibilities. We all have responsibilities.
What was I gonna say? I was saying that
Yeah. The
that
the
the
the care
freaking
the you were talking about the story and there's they have to fill in, with all those different characters we saw because
yeah.
we can't
So the ba-
continually see.
the bad part was the music was it was cool, right?
Hmm.
But different. Like
Yeah.
it didn't go with the trailer, kind of.
Yeah,
Like
it seems like they really kind of just moved to just
yeah,
get something going.
like
And
Rob was saying greatly. He was saying that they feel like they rushed it. They try to put everything together,
right, right.
and you can and I totally agree with them that because it was just like I can make a trailer like that without the CGI. I can make a trailer, get random song like that and put it in a trailer. That feels like a custom made trailer from a fan type of thing.
Right,
And
right,
there was no dialogue.
right,
Like this is one of the
right.
trailers I never seen that has music over the dialogue.
Hmm.
And I was like, are we supposed to listen to what they're saying, or is it because it's Japanese, we're not supposed to hear what they're saying, or there's no point in
Yeah,
us
it's very
listening.
interesting, right? Because it seemed like they didn't have time to dub because it would, well, like you said, it's their Godzilla. It's for Japan, the Japanese audience originally. That's where it's aimed for
Yeah,
on the release. So I understand if they have a worldwide trailer and they didn't have time to get the dubbing, yeah, it would make sense for them to, put the music overlay, and so we don't have to hear Japanese because we don't understand it too much.
yeah,
I kind of see where, yeah, they just probably said, okay, everyone's talking about the movies right now. We got to get this in, got to get some interest going, and maybe they just decided to just wing it like that. And I
yeah.
didn't, I didn't really mind. I mean, I think you saw some familiar characters. It looked like we saw some
Dude, I
familiar
was I was
characters,
shocked. I was shocked.
and
I saw the one
so
chick I hated. I saw the one chick I hated because she always tried to kill Godzilla.
yeah,
It's the doctor, older woman. She's like she is. I think she was the security of G-Force.
uh,
The I think the elderly woman, and she's
yeah,
in it. And I saw a couple other people I knew. I was like, dude, that's freaking cool. They brought him back. I'm
uh,
like, they're old. Like,
yeah,
I'm
oh
like,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I'm like, dude, they're old, and they brought him back. I'm like,
yeah,
that's freaking cool.
yeah,
And it was funny what Zilla was saying. Yeah, I don't know if he's watching, but that um that is this Godzilla 85.
yes,
I'm
yes.
like, is this Godzilla 85?
That's someone, yeah,
Did
someone
you?
left that comment on
Yep.
your video about is this the Godzilla returning from the volcano, which
Yeah.
is kind of very interesting. I think I even replied. I said, that's a possibility. That
You know what's
could be a
funny?
possibility.
You know what's
So,
funny? They look the same. They're
yeah,
identical. It's not like they're not identical. The back plates look similar. The the what do you call it? What do you call it? The teeth, the spikes, the tail. Well, maybe the tail. I'm not sure about the tail. I can't remember. But they look identical, and I wouldn't phase them because they never continued that. They never continued that story. They really never did. They just went to another series, like you know what I mean. Or it can be another reboot. But I feel like when you said it, I'm like, this could be. It's a possibility. It's not ruled out. It's a theory, but it's a possibility that could happen.
I agree. And I will be right back, my friend.
All right, gotcha. But people who are watching, let me know what you think. Like, do you guys enjoyed it? There was some problems with it. You know what I mean? Is there something wrong? Um, so let me know. But you know, uh, give me 1 second, guys.